You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy this stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right. Follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grande.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
If you invest in the stock market, take a moment for this important advice.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You've got to stop listening to the fake business news networks because they tell you what you want to hear instead of what you need to hear.
Phil Grande guides you step by step on investing.
You're going to know exactly what the tone of the market is. Do I sell? Do I not sell? Do I buy?
All you need to know is philsgang.com.
Check it out, philsgang.com, philsgang.com.
As the new year approaches, make a resolution to challenge yourself to become the best investor you can be. Phil Grande can take your trading to a whole new level. Innovative stock market investing tools and the experience of over 50 years combined to give you the edge in controlling your financial future. As a Phil's Gang member, you're taught the essential strategies of investing using stock charts, training videos, and seminars. It's information Wall Street doesn't want you to know. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. Phil'sGang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With Phil'sGang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to Phil'sGang.com. Phil'sGang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
And welcome aboard here at Phil's Gang. Okay, so the market's rallying. We were down 300 points yesterday. Now we're up 300 points. I told my members yesterday, I think I said this too on my radio show and podcast, that when the market went down 300 points toward the end of the day, I said, you watch. Tomorrow morning you're going to wake up and it's going to say implied open. It's going to be somewhere between 35 and 65 from the down of 300 yesterday. And sure enough, we wake up this morning and the plunger team pushed the thing up to exactly 35 or to about 68, 69. I told them that was going to happen, and it is. I also told them today too, be very careful. Don't go and buy in a dip, because most people who buy in a dip don't even look at the volume. And what you're going to see is you're going to get all these tourists coming in today. They're all think buying a dip, buying a dip. And when the stock, let's say a stock went from 20 down to 10, and they go buying a dip, and it goes back up, what they got to watch is, what is the volume doing? Is the volume much greater on the way up today than on the way down yesterday? In the majority of stocks, it's going to be no. You're going to see the volume is not much greater. And also, to have a reversal, real reversal, key reversal, you need 3 days to prove it. You have to have today's volume. Tomorrow, you need volume greater than today. And the key to any reversal is when the third day, the volume is greater than the previous 2 days. So this is when people really get hurt. This is when they get hurt. They don't understand volume. And the other thing they need to understand is when a stock was at, let's say, 20 and it drops to 10, what you want to do is you want to let that stock go up and don't hit that 20. Let's say it stays at 19. Then she comes back down and she makes a new low. That's when you know that stock's going to fail. Or if she goes from 10 back up to 20, pulls back just a little bit, and then rallies again to a new high on increased volume, then you go and buy it. But most people don't know any of this I'm talking about. They don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. They're just buying a dip, we're going to be okay. By the way, our gold stocks, I told you, remember last week I said join my gang and follow us with gold? Our miners are doing great. Our GDX, Newmont, they're all doing great. Because what's happened, what we've found in these stocks in the last couple of weeks, they're bottoming. What's that mean? As the market keeps going down, 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 all of a sudden you take Newmont and you take GDX, which is a miner. They weren't going down anymore. They were bottoming out. And this is where you want to go, where nobody is going. This is where you make your big money. You go where there's nobody, okay? And that's exactly what's happening right now. Now, it's not, I'm telling you, you don't go there unless you know what you're doing. Because first of all, the first few days or first few weeks, okay, they're going to be swing trades. They're not going to be position trades or buy and hold trades. They're going to be just swing trades. But at least we can see that the money is starting to go into the miners. And so that's been a good day for us on the miners. Everything else, everybody's going back at the same stocks again. They're going at the same stocks again. Here, let's go up through them. This is crazy. So here they are. So let's go to, okay, Apple. Now, we've been short Apple, and it's still down. And right now, if Apple breaks through about $180, you want to be shorting it. Apple's struggling. Apple had a big breakout failure. So if that breaks to the 200-day moving average right below, let's say about 181, somewhere in that area there. Here, I'll give you an actual number. If it breaks down below, 180.44, then you're going to have a good short. If you take a look at NVIDIA, NVIDIA is the only one today. I told my members, if it breaks out today with good volume, it's got to have bigger volume than it had yesterday. It breaks out with good. That's the only one I would add to our position. We're in NVIDIA, and I said we'll add to that position because it's got a nice consolidation. It's got good volume. Didn't go down hardly at all yesterday. Had relative strength. That's the only one I'd be adding a little bit. Now, if I'm not in that stock, I certainly wouldn't get in today. You got to be nuts. You'd be chasing it. You should have gotten that stock when we got in early on. And then you got your Microsoft. Again, hasn't made a new high today. And in fact, if you go look at Microsoft, if you bought Microsoft today, you made a huge mistake. A huge mistake. Take a look at it. You got more selling volume on yesterday and in the last 2 days, especially yesterday. You got far more sellers yesterday than buyers today. So if you went and bought Microsoft today, you're nuts because you're going to lose money because it's not going to make a new high. Because you can see the volume. You got more sellers. More people are interested in selling Microsoft than buying it. Google, same thing. If you bought Google today, I'm going to buy it, but you're going to get slaughtered. Especially if it breaks through the 50-day moving average. If it breaks through 140, put your helmet on. It's going down, and we'll short it. Because again, look at the volume. 3 days, all sellers, no buyers. So again, you only have a handful of stocks that are working. That's it. Okay, you gotta let these stocks pull back. Just because it comes down one day 300 points, and you jump in the next day, think you got a good deal, people get hurt. Let's talk about what's interesting is this here. I'm listening to Biden and I'm listening to Powell this week, right? Listen to this. This drives me nuts. Listen to this.
Manufacturing rebounding at a faster rate than in the last 40 years.
Rebounding? Really? And then Powell comes up and says this.
We see the same thing other people see, which is a strong economy.
So Powell said we got a strong economy. Biden said we got strong manufacturing. But wait a minute. That's not what his own BLS department is telling us. Not at all. Matter of fact, manufacturing is a disaster. Manufacturing is in a recession. It dropped from 28% of the economy to 11%. What we've been getting last week and this week, the sectors around the United States that again, report how manufacturing is doing. The Federal Reserve has 11 sectors, and each one of those sectors report. So wait a minute, a rebound in manufacturing? We just got Dallas in yesterday, huge drop, getting killed. Texas, huge drop. Richmond, Chicago, Kansas City, all those zones are getting slaughtered in manufacturing. And despite being the leading driver of employment growth for decades, under Biden today, manufacturing now contributes the least share of workers to our U.S. workforce. In fact, the lowest since 1939. In fact, we got the number today. We have the lowest production in 72 years. So how the hell can he turn around and say this?
Manufacturing rebounding and faster.
Does that sound like it's rebounding? When Dallas is down 27, Texas down 17, Richmond, Chicago, all down. And then we have this guy.
We see the same thing other people see, which is a strong economy.
Wait a minute. Manufacturing's not in our economy anymore? Did we miss the memo? Did someone take manufacturing out of our economy? You got to be kidding me. So he's saying the economy is strong? I just went over the numbers. No, they're not. It's terrible. It's weak. Awful. And also, we got in the Chicago PMI. Now, that measures manufacturing. That's how we know the Chicago Fed manufacturing is horrible, down, terrible. Nobody's manufacturing anything in that sector. But they also measure how well are non-manufacturing businesses doing. A disaster. Terrible. The worst. Unbelievable. More when I get back. Do not chase dips.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. There's nothing better than learning from the experts, especially when it comes to investing your hard-earned money.
Hi, this is Phil Grande, host of Phil's Gang Radio Show. At Phil's Gang and philsgang.com, I have one goal in mind: to help you become a skilled investor in the stock market and find your financial freedom. With the Working Investor Program, you will learn what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. You'll develop skills like selling short and how to profit, even in a stock market crash. This is the real-world investing information that will give you the edge to be successful in the stock market. No gimmicks, just real strategies, and I'll make the offer even better with a 10-day free trial of the Working Investor Program.
Once you're in the gang, you're in the know. And with the free 10-day trial of the Working Investor Program, there's no reason not to give it a try.
Become a Phil's Gang member and reclaim your financial freedom. Go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grande and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the working investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor Program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grande and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang. 10 days free. Check it out. Go to philsgang.com. Now, Microsoft. I know a lot of you bought Microsoft today on the dip. Here's what you got to remember. If you go look at Microsoft, first of all, when you get a big down day like yesterday, and then when it goes up today, most of that is not, they're not buyers. The people who sold short, let's say I made $1,000 shorting Microsoft yesterday. I got to come in before I can put that $1,000 in my pocket. I got to buy that stock back. So a lot of the movement you're seeing with a stock going up today, that you're jumping in thinking you got a good deal, that's short covering. And all of a sudden it stops dead. There's no follow through. To protect yourself, go look at Microsoft. Great example. Look at yesterday's volume. In fact, look at the day before. There was more selling the day before yesterday than today. It's buying. Take the big day of selling yesterday. The buying is about half of what the selling, which tells you there's more sellers in Microsoft than buyers today. But see, people don't look at volume. They get excited, panic buying. Oh, Microsoft, I get in here. No, you should have been in Microsoft with us. When we bought Microsoft back in October, and when we got it, and we stayed with Microsoft, we're still in Microsoft, that's a 23% return. Now, I'm not saying every one of my gang members made 23% because I don't know where they all get in. The one thing they do know, when my Pro 2 color-coded chart turned from red to green, and everything lined up for us, our stochastics, the color code all lined up, and we had the buy signal that you get from my charts, it was time to buy, and we did. And so, why would you get in today thinking you got a good deal at 404 when you could have bought the stock back in October at 328, 330? So don't chase. Don't chase. If Microsoft is going to get better, it will get better. But it'll let you know when it's better. The proof of better is how much volume does that stock have? Is that stock breaking out with big volume or not? And that's what we teach here at Phil's Gang. Listen to this. Now, you remember what I played earlier with Biden, right?
Manufacturing rebounding at a faster rate than in the last 40 years.
Now, here's CNBC.
Manufacturing is a problem. We are still in a manufacturing recession.
Wow, boy, they're not protecting the president anymore, are they? Remember before, they would never say anything like that. They say, oh, no, everything's great with manufacturing. But now you notice how now what's happening with the president, you got more and more people now going outside. You know, they're not what's the thing I'm looking for? They're not eating the popcorn, okay? They're just they're not afraid anymore to say, "Nah, I don't think he's right." And we're seeing more and more of that. But the point is, this shows you this guy's right. Guy's right. But let's go back to, so if you listen to Powell, and Powell's saying the economy's strong, but wait a minute, strong? When not only did we get the terrible manufacturing numbers, every zone, every report we got has been a disaster. We are in a manufacturing recession. We've dropped from 28% of the economy to now 11% of the economy. Now let's go down to where we go to the PMI that came out. That also measures, yes, manufacturing, but it measures non-manufacturing businesses. A disaster. Another disaster. Anything under 50 points is a disaster. Then we go to where Powell's telling us how the economy is doing great. Wait a minute. Banking is the economy. Banking's the backbone of the economy. Banking is 8% of our economy. 8%. So what happened yesterday? How can he say it's a great economy when New York Community Bank Corp went broke yesterday, joining Silicon Valley Bank, First Republic, Signature. And this is the real funny part. The commercial real estate disaster is coming down on top of these regional banks. Of the $6 trillion in debt on commercial real estate is being held by the 180 regional banks, like the one that went under yesterday, the one that went under yesterday, New York Community Bank Corp. They had a lot of these commercial, the $6 trillion debt. There's $500 billion of the $6 trillion of that debt is due this spring. This is going to be very interesting because when the developers go to the regional bank and say, I want to roll over the $500 billion in debt that's coming up this spring, will you do it for me? And the regional bank's going to look at them and say, well, no, we got a problem too. We can't pay $141 billion that we've been borrowing since March of 2023 through the Bank Term Funding Program. I'd love to be on a fly on the wall, listen to that conversation. Hey, can you roll this over for me? Well, no, we're going broke too, because we can't pay our $141 billion back to the bank program. Are you kidding me? How can he say, with that going on, how can he say the economy's strong?
We see the same thing other people see, which is a strong economy.
So you think it's a strong economy when the 180 regional banks are holding $6 trillion of debt of the commercial loans out there, which $500 billion are due this spring, and the 180 regional banks have borrowed $141 billion to stay in business. They can't pay. They are in default. They can't pay back the $141 billion. So when you have 3 or 4 shopping centers and you go to the bank, ask them to roll over, they're saying, hell with you, we're going broke. We're going to look out for ourselves. That's a good economy? That's a good economy? But this is what they're telling us. What are they, nuts? How can that be a good economy? And then you put on top of that banking, you put on the manufacturing, which is a disaster. And I mean, it just makes no sense. You can't trust them. The only thing you can trust, I'll tell you what it is when we get back. Join my gang. Join my gang. Free.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records, and the Phil's Gang software is easy to use. painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Why are investors listening to Phil Grande of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, it's like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. There's nothing better than learning from the experts, especially when it comes to investing your hard-earned money.
Hi, this is Phil Grande, host of Phil's Gang Radio Show. At Phil's Gang and philsgang.com, I have one goal in mind: to help you become a skilled investor in the stock market and find your financial freedom. With the Working Investor Program, you will learn what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. You'll develop skills like selling short and how to profit, even in a stock market crash. This is the real world investing information that will give you the edge to be successful in the stock market. No gimmicks, just real strategies, and I'll make the offer even better with a 10-day free trial of the Working Investor Program.
Once you're in the gang, you're in the know. And with the free 10-day trial of the Working Investor Program, there's no reason not to give it a try.
Become a Phil's Gang member and reclaim your financial freedom. Go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago, it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. You know, the only thing you can trust today, you can't trust the fundamentals. Even the fundamental of a stock, you can't trust it. Everything's rigged on those damn things. What you can trust, what's real, is relative strength. What's real is, like example, NVIDIA. After everything dropped yesterday, NVIDIA didn't go down. That's relative strength. Our gold stocks, Newmont Mining, our other gold stocks went up today because yesterday, when the market went down, gold stood firmly, had relative strength. So you can trust your chart because, again, what charting is it identifies the flow of money. Where's the money going? It's going in, going out. And if you have our charts, you can really trust them. These are charts we design ourselves to make sure that these charts really zero in on what they're supposed to be zeroing in on. You know, they always tell us how we have such this great economy, good economy. But wait a minute. Credit card debt is at an all-time high. And when the majority of Americans are paying minimum payment, in fact, 68.7% of the people are keeping their debt. They're just rolling it over. Over almost 70%. That's telling you the economy is strong. That's what he's saying. We're being told we're not in a recession. But why is it that you feel like you're in a recession? People feel like they're in a recession. I talk to people all the time when I go to the supermarket, car wash. They all feel like they're in a recession because they're lying to us. But if you look at your chart, you look at a stock, you know exactly when to buy that stock because you're following the money, not the BS, Listen to this here. This is interesting. This one here, if I can get the one, manufacturing. Was this the one?
Manufacturing is a problem. We are still in a manufacturing recession.
So one person's telling us we're in a manufacturing recession, and the president's telling us we're rebounding. That makes no sense. That's insane. They didn't cut, did they, the rate? They're supposed to cut rates in March. Remember I told you? They're not going to cut rates in March. How are they going to cut rates in March? You know, the other thing that just really grinds away at you, or me anyways, when you keep hearing about, besides the fact, labor market strong. The labor market's going to take care of the whole world. But yet, please remember this. The stocks that are going up, out of 500 S&P stocks, only 5 have profitable or have earnings that are positive. 5. 493 of the 500 stocks are negative, but yet the stock's going up. You got 7 stocks pulling the whole market up. You don't think that's dangerous? But really what grinds me is the Fed mandate. You know how they always tell us the Fed has a mandate, like the Fed mandate is supposed to help you and me. What are you, nuts? Our mandate is to achieve maximum employment and keep prices stable. That's a lie. That's a whole lie. Sounds good, doesn't it? Like, hey, they're our friends. They're going to protect us. Just like when you read the responsibility of the Senate Banking Committee and the House Banking Committee. We're there to protect the people and their assets. No, they're not. Are you kidding? They never protect us. But going back to the mandate, think about it for a moment. To achieve maximum employment and keep prices stable. Are you kidding? When it's the Federal Reserve. That's the incubator for inflation. It's the Federal Reserve that creates the inflation. Think about it. Think what they do. The Federal Reserve, when they want to push the stock market up for Wall Street, what do? They print money. They go buy the 10-year treasuries to drop the yields down. Right? In 2020, look what they did. They dropped the yields down so much, down to what, 0.5%? 1%? then you could buy a house, a mortgage. You get a mortgage at 2.8%. Housing market went crazy. Houses went from $400,000 here in Sarasota in like 18 months to $700,000. Well, who created that? They'll say, oh, look at that. The builders are creating inflation. The builders are creating inflation. Builders have nothing to do with the inflation. They don't create the inflation. Just like a farmer doesn't create inflation. It starts back with the Federal Reserve. If the Federal Reserve is going to drop interest rates so low to stimulate you to go out and buy a house, they're creating that house price. They're the ones that caused the house price to go from 400 to 700. If they didn't drop that rate to 2%, 2.8%, the mortgage, that wouldn't have happened. Just like you go buy a car. Boy, look at cars. Used cars are way up. Look at the price. Boy, look at the inflation. Used cars. Those damn dealers. Oh, my God, those car dealers. Look at the inflation they're creating. No! If the Federal Reserve is the incubator, they're the people who cause the inflation. Because who owns the Federal Reserve? The very, very wealthy. Wall Street owns the Federal Reserve, and they thrive on inflation. So the next time you hear people saying, look at the gasoline prices, boy, they're really up. We got, and you always hear the communists. You always hear the communists in Congress, right? All the communists, all the far left Democrats who are socialists and communists. Let's go after the gasoline company. Let's go after the oil company. Let's raise their taxes. These bad guys. Look at this, gasoline prices up. They didn't increase the gasoline price, you idiot. They didn't do it. The Fed did it. The Fed did it. How do you think the Fed did it? When they go out and print all this money, go buy the treasuries, the 10-year treasury, drop the yield from 5% down to 0.5%. Everything goes up. Demand for gasoline, demand for everything goes up. If they didn't do that, that wouldn't have happened. Demand for gasoline prices wouldn't go up. Demand for celery and tomatoes wouldn't go up. But everybody's blaming the farmer. He doesn't create inflation. The grocery store doesn't create it. Remember, that's why they use the term. Our mandate is to achieve maximum employment and keep prices stable. That is to mask. That is to mask them from you realizing who the culprit is for the inflation. It's them. They're creating the inflation. But that's how they mask. Oh, we achieve maximum employment and keep prices stable. Keep prices stable when you print money, go buy treasuries, get the yields down in the treasury from 5% down to 0.5%. Then instead of paying 7% for a mortgage, you can pay 2% for a mortgage. And all of a sudden the house goes from $400,000 to $700,000, or a builder has a house at $400,000. Now he's selling it at $700,000. Oh, that damn builder! Look how much money he's making. Let's tax him. Look at the inflation he's creating. He didn't create the inflation. Oh, it just grinds my gears when I hear that. Inflation is not created. I mean, you can go right back to, let's take the house builder, right? The building industry. So when they drop rates that low, now all of a sudden the builder's got to hire people, because there's great demand for the homes, because you can get a mortgage at 2 and 8%. So now what does he do? He puts in the paper or online, right? Need help. Usually he pays an assistant carpenter, let's say $20. He's going to raise it to $30 because it's hard to get them, because there's so much business going on. Every builder, every contractor needs them. So he's going to say, instead of paying you $20, we're going to pay you $30. Oh, I see. It was his fault then. He created the inflation. Oh, I get it. He created it. He's the bad guy. Let's throw him in jail. He had nothing to do with creating the inflation. It was the demand that was started by the Federal Reserve, who brought the 30-year mortgage rate down so low. He's creating the inflation. Nobody gets it.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, if you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake business news network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
This message is for those of you asking the question, what do you think the stock market is going to do?
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Well, you don't have to ask that question when you listen to my radio show, because you're going to know exactly what the market's going to do. You're going to know if the market's going to go up, you're going to know if the market's going to go down, or the market's not going to go anywhere.
Phil Grande and philsgang.com takes the worry out of investing.
Pay attention to my show, philsgang.com. It's fun, entertaining, and you get the greatest information, especially stock picks.
That's philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grande.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
What does it take to be a successful investor in the stock market? Developing your skills and learning from an expert like Phil Grande and philsgang.com.
It doesn't have to be hard or complicated to learn how to invest in stocks properly. It's like anything else. You're going to golf, or you're going to learn how to play tennis, ski. You need to be with someone. Learn off of them, one-on-one. Now, that can be really expensive, cost thousands of dollars. But I have a program that you can join for 10 days free.
Go to philsgang.com and sign up for a free 10-day trial. Phil Grande has developed tools to teach you how to invest in stocks properly. Not only when to buy stocks, but how to sell stocks short.
85% of people in the market lose money. Get out of that group by just joining Phil's Gang.
Now you can learn to invest like a pro with a pro, Phil Grande. Take advantage of this special offer for a free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Try it. 10 days free.
That's philsgang.com.
philsgang.com.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And join my gang, Phil's Gang. 10 days, absolutely free. And you'll be right with us, okay? Every day when the market opens, you'll be right there with us. I mean, it's like having your own private coach. Listen to this.
I think we should talk about the regional banks for a second, which is somewhat ironic because in the Fed statement yesterday, they took out the paragraph that they had been including for several months about how strong the banking system actually was.
Exactly. They didn't talk a thing about the small banks. We shorted the small regional banks, KRE. We shorted them. They all collapsed today, KRE, all of them. And then at the end of the day, what happens? The people come in buying a dip, right? And they go right back in and they jump in and buy it. And what they don't realize is when the move went back up today. So let's take one of them. Let's say it went from $13.20 down to $12.65. Now it goes up to $13. They don't realize the people who shorted are taking profits. That's what moves it back up. So you got people coming in who are tourists. Oh, look at that! I better get in. It's $12.64. Now it's $12.70. Oh, it's $12.77. Get me in. It's called panic buying. They don't realize it's the same guy who shorted it from $14 down to $12. He's taking profits. What you look at is the volume and trend. You go down and look at the volume. In the last 3 days, there's far more sellers of FNB than there are buyers. That's what you watch. Another good one, CMA. That's another one we shorted. That guy went from this morning from 52.93 down to 48.68, then back up to 51.13. Well, the reason it went from the low of 48.88 to 51.09 is because the people who shorted it are going to take profits. So you look at the bottom and say, oh, I'm all right. Look at this. We got more sellers. More people were selling than buying. So that means tomorrow morning, this thing's going to go back down again. You got to know what you're doing. It's just buying it. All they do is buying a dip. It just drives you crazy. So again, for Powell to think how sneaky that is. Powell takes out of his statement. It's always the statement what the banks are doing as far as the regional banks, because he knows the regional banks are in trouble, deep trouble. 180 of them are insolvent, and as I said earlier, the $6 trillion that commercial real estate guys and developer owes, most of that is owed to the regional banks. And the regional banks are broke because they can't pay back the money they borrowed from the bank term funding program. I'd love to be in that discussion. Imagine you go in and you own like 10, 20 shopping centers and you want to roll over maybe, $40 million. Say, I want to roll over for another year. I can't. Why? We're broke. We can't pay. We can't pay our own loan at the bank term funding program. It's just insane what's going on. So when you're investing in stocks, just remember, okay, don't follow the crowd. Just like every time we peak in the stock market, I don't care if it was in 1987, I don't care if it was 1976, every time you peak, it always rallies off that peak. It's called a squeeze, a short squeeze, because they know that all these people are going to come in, don't know what they're doing. They always buy at the top. How many people get caught every crash? They buy right at the top, and then they lose all their money. Like Microsoft. How many bought Microsoft, you think? How many bought Microsoft? I'll bet there's very, very few other than professionals who bought Microsoft in October. We bought in October 26th, 27th, 28th, I think it was 30, right in there, we bought it. Now, my God. And if you go and take a look at Meta, we bought Meta. We bought Meta when Meta was just starting to break out again. I think it was around I'm not sure. I think it was around 338, something like that, 336. Today's 394, but we bought it right because we're watching the money. We bought Microsoft. Let's see, I gave you that one. NVIDIA. What's the other one we bought? Google. Google we bought, but we bought all these when nobody else was buying them. Now these 7 stocks that everybody's in and they're buying again today. Boy, you got to be really careful. Keep watching your gold stocks. Why don't you join us and follow us in the gold stocks? Keep watching the bond market. TLT. As that 20-year Treasury keeps going up, what happens? Yields go down. The dollar goes down. Why do you think we had such a good day in Newmont? Look at Newmont. Did beautiful today. Why do you think we had such a good day in AU, one of our favorites? Anglo Gold. Beautiful little stock. It's only an $18 stock. Look how that took off today. Now remember, when I say took off today, these are what we call swing trades. These are not buy and hold trades. Our Pro 2 will indicate when you can buy it and hold it, or what we call, I shouldn't say a buy and hold trade, a position trade. When you hold a stock for 6 months, 7 months, position trade, not buy and hold. When it turns green, but right now, AU is still red on Pro 2. Newmont's still red. Gold, GDX is still red. So we're trading it in a shorter period of time called the swing trade. Until the Pro 2 turns green, then we'll switch to the other chart and stay longer. And this is what we want to share with you. And it works. But again, if you really look at the real world, what's going on? CBS, who is, again, they're a socialist outlet, right? And they hate free markets and all that, right? They even came out and said 6 out of 10 people, okay, have telling them in a survey it's very, very bad for them. But yet you have this guy lying, Powell.
We see the same thing other people see, which is a strong economy.
Because, see, Powell doesn't work for you or me. Powell works for Wall Street. Understand how that works. He works for Wall Street. Just like the Target. We're going to keep prices at 2%, price at 2%. That's a lie. We're going to keep, which means inflation at 2%. He's never going to keep inflation. You can't get back to 2%. And that's just a bogus number. They never used to have that number. They brought that number in after 37 other countries did it because they use it as a tool to help Wall Street. So when Wall Street calls, Powell says, we need a rally. Rally, they say, well, and then he'll get on, he'll come out and say, well, we got to fight this inflation. We got to get it down. So what we're going to do is we're going to print money and we're going to buy treasuries and we're going to bring those yields down to help everybody to fight inflation. And the stock market goes straight up. So they use that 2% target is so phony. If you believe right now that inflation is at 3.2%, you truly believe that? Anybody that's gone to a supermarket, anybody that's gone to a gasoline station, anybody that paid car insurance, health insurance, for God's sake, how could anybody believe inflation's 3.2%? That's a joke. What are you, nuts? Unbelievable. And don't forget, inflation creates tremendous inflation for our owners. The top 1/100th of 1%. I'm not talking about the top 10%. I'm talking about the 1/100th 1% who control the Federal Reserve. They love it and look at the money supply. We got so much money supply, it's insane. It's killing us. It's killing us. And now you got them trying to take the money supply out, and on the other end, you got the government borrowing money, trying to put more money in. So one end, they're taking money out, trying to get the inflation down. The other end, they're borrowing money and putting in it. So one guy's shoveling money in, the other guy's shoveling money out. Join our gang, Phil's gang. Go to my site tonight. Try it, 10 days free, and it'll be fun.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.